Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Shadowwraith, and today I'm going to be talking about Corsairs of Umbar. Yes, another Middle-earth strategy battle game video. This is more of a faction focus, and I'm going to let you in to a little secret. This army has won me so many games. I have been defeated once with this faction, and that's only because I was playing 1,000 points and it wasn't pure Corsairs of Umbar. I absolutely love these guys. I love the whole aesthetic around them, and I love their playstyle. They are fantastic. I'm just going to get to the point with it. We'll go over their army bonus just so you know what you're getting if you keep with either green allies or a pure Corsairs list, okay? Army bonus. The Corsairs are upon us. It is the last stroke of doom. Corsair models gain the Backstabber special rule. Now, the Backstabber special rule, basically, it means that if an enemy model is trapped, you gain +1 to wound them. Not +1 strength, +1 to wound. And if you play Middle-earth strategy battle game, you'll know that is a massive difference. That is amazing. +1 to wound is, yeah, it's great. And you can do some pretty nasty tactics with that. So, obviously, in your list, you're going to want Dal Amar. He's the Fleet Master of Umbar. He's 90 points. He's okay. I think he's awesome. But if you just look at his stat line, he's okay. Fight 5, strength 4, defense 4, 3 attacks, fantastic. 2 wounds, 4 courage, okay. He's got 2 might, 2 will, 3 fate, so he's okay. He's okay for 90 points. But he comes with smoke bombs. Now, these smoke bombs are strength 1 throwing weapon. Any model hit but not slain by these weapons must immediately expend a point of will or be subject to the effects of the channeled version of the transfixed magical power. If you ever roll a 1, however, the smoke bombs are gone. You run out of them, basically. Now, that is really good. You can do that to take out big things, you know? You can throw this at a troll. You don't even need to wound it. You just need to hit it. And that's it. It can't do anything for that turn. Yeah. So you can do it to heroes, but they usually have will, and they'll just spend a point of will and be like, yeah, sure, cheers. But still, it depletes their will. So that's also really good as well. He comes with Heroic Strike and Heroic Defense. Not bad. He's got Bane of Kings, which is fantastic. Re-rolling wounds. And Stalk Unseen. So basically, if he is obscured by any piece of terrain, nothing can target him that is over 6 inches away from him. So no magical powers over 6 inches, no charges, no shooting. Awesome. Awesome. Makes him pretty slippery. And on top of that, he can never be trapped while standing. So yeah, 90 points for all that. Fantastic, yes. I love him. So he's a must bring. He's a Hero of Legends as well, so you can bring a ton of Corsairs with him. Now, I don't ever bring a Corsair captain, because I don't see the point. So I'm not going to go over him. He's just a basic captain. He's a Corsair. Yeah, he's okay. Now, the Corsair bosun. This is where it can get tasty. Right. With the Corsair bosun, he's only 45 points. I always usually give him a spear or something to support. Just extra point here or there. Depends how many points I've got left over. Sometimes I'll give him a 2-handed axe just because he's not really my killie hero. He's just to keep the Corsair reavers in check, and we'll get to them in a second. He's a fight 4, strength 4, defense 4, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 4, 1 might, 1 will, 1 fate. Not bad. But friendly Corsair models within 3 inches of a Corsair bosun count as being in range of a banner. You get a free banner with this guy. 45 points. Basically a captain. And you get a free banner. Awesome. That's really points efficient. Now, the Corsairs of Umbar, they're only 7 points a guy, which is kind of expensive, but at the same time kind of cheap. Like, they're not like as cheap as Horde armies like goblins for 4 points, but you do get a fight 4 model, strength 3, defense 3 without shield. I always give them a shield. Give them a shield, always. It's the difference between strength 3 models winning on a 4 or winning on a 5. 1 attack and 1 wound, courage 3. Okay. So like I said, you always want to give them a shield for 1 point, and I like to mix up between sword and board, and sword and spear and shield. They all of them come equipped with throwing daggers, and that can really wind your opponent up. You can just pepper people if you want. You can kite them to an extent. They're pretty good. Yeah, 7 points for all having throwing daggers at fight 4. Not bad. Now, for the real juicy one, the Corsair Reaver. They are 9 points, which is pretty cheap in my opinion for what they can do. Yeah. Apologies if it sounds like I've got a lisp in this video. I do boxing, and I did take an uppercut, which made me bite my tongue. But I still wanted to get a video out. Hurts, but hey-ho, keep soldiering on. Now, with the Corsair Reavers, they're fight 4, strength 3, defense 3, 2 attacks each. Perfect. 1 wound, courage 4. Right. That's not bad. 2 attacks makes it worth it. Now, any Corsair that starts their move at least 6 inches away from a friendly Corsair bosun must take a courage test. Basically, if you pass, you're sound, you can act normally. If you fail, you have to charge the nearest enemy model. If there's no enemy models in charge range, you'll have to charge the nearest friendly model. Yeah. That could hurt. Now, you can also choose to fail the test, right? Which is a valid option if you're close enough to enemies that you want to charge. But if you can keep him alive. So I'd keep him with a Corsair bosun definitely at the start of the game, because they might all fail the courage test and then just start killing your whole army because they're nuts. Yeah. If they fail the courage test, however, they get a +1 to wound. Yeah. So if you trap an enemy, these bad boys, these crazy pirates, are at +2 to wound. It's, if you're wounding something on 6s followed by 6s, it's 4s by 4s, which is still pretty doable. That's like the hardest thing you can possibly kill, 6s by 6s. Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's really good. Really, really strong. Now, okay, I take as many of these guys as I can, backed up by Corsairs to have bodies on the field. Right, here's where it gets tasty though. If you got the Gondor at Warbook, you'll have access to another character, and his name is Delgamar, Gatemaster of Umbar. 75 points. 75 points for a fight 5 model, strength 4, defense 5, pretty solid. 3 attacks, awesome. 2 wounds, 4 courage, 3 might, 1 will, 1 fate. Okay, 3 might. Oh, yes, please. And he's got a nice little special rule, which is Ruthless Commander. So, friendly Corsair models within 3 inches of Delgamar may choose to reroll a single dice during a duel roll. However, if the Corsair warrior model makes his reroll and fails to win the fight, he immediately suffers a strength 2 hit. That's fine, because if you remember, your reavers have 2 attacks each. If you have a bosun near them, they get a banner reroll. If you have this guy near them, they get a second reroll. You can reroll both your dice in a duel, and you'll fight 4. So, a lot of basic infantry are fight 3, like Warriors of Gondor or whatever. Yeah, that's amazing. So I'd definitely bring him. 100% must take. You bring him with reavers, with a couple of bosuns, just to keep the banner range, there, and keep your reavers in check. And you're laughing, really. And when you get close enough to the enemy, just let them loose. And if you've got enough buddies on the field, which you should do because they're quite cheap, you can start trapping people. And so you've got a reaver and a guy. The guy's trapped. You can reroll both your your duel dice. You win the duel, and you're +2 to wound them. You're pretty likely to kill whatever they touch. That's the main tactic with these guys. It's so good. It is so good. With throwing weapons, you can pepper people if you want, if they're a bit standoffish. So you kind of force them to come to you a little bit, which is perfect because then you can envelop them. And once you envelop them, you've got them all trapped. And once they're trapped, they die because you're +1 to wound them at double dice. So these guys your reavers are throwing 4 dice at +2 to wound. Oh, yeah, it's quite nice. It's quite nice. I mean, okay, the downsides to this army, they are very squishy. Very, very squishy. They're like defense 4 and defense 3. But who cares? You've got loads of them. And once you start killing stuff, yeah, mate, seriously, I'm not even kidding you. I have killed everything with these guys. They have killed a Balrog, like, quite easily. All because the Balrog couldn't roll a 6. He didn't roll a 6, didn't win the duel, that was it. I was like, oh wow, you're trapped. I've got like 4 reavers into you. They've all got 4 attacks because you're trapped at +2 to wound. Yeah, have fun. And that's not counting all the other Corsairs I've piled in on them. Ugh. Right. The other guy I wanted to mention was the Knight of Umbar. Now, I've heard mixed things about this wraith. Some people don't rate him at all. But I disagree. I think he's fantastic. I think he's awesome, in fact. Because, yeah, I know he can go up to a hero and kill him, sure. But they'll probably strike and get higher than fight. Before I get into all that, let's go over what he does. So he's a basic wraith, 5/5, strength 4, defense 8, attacks 1, wounds 1, courage 6, 2 might, 12 will, and 2 fate. So, you've got some magic in your list. That's fine. He knows all the basic wraith spells. But this is where he can be quite jammy. Combat Mimic Cry. At the start of the fight phase, before any heroic actions are declared, the Knight of Umbar may spend a point of will to activate this ability. The Knight of Umbar can elect that he is going to use the fight, strength, and or attack value of his opponent instead of his own. He does not need to adopt all of these characters. He can pick and choose, so you can be like, hey, I want to nick your fight and your attacks, but yeah, I don't want your strength because I'm high strength or whatever. Basically, how I use this dude, he's a monster killer. I think he's a monster killer with might. So you can run him straight into a troll and just be the same fight as the troll. And if the troll doesn't roll a 6 and you roll a 5, you can use a point of might, bump yourself up and win. And you're the same strength as a troll with 3 attacks. You're probably going to kill that troll. It's really good, and it really scares other heroes. I've chucked him into all sorts. I've chucked him into Gilgalad with no might remaining. I was like, yeah, I'll chuck him in. He's got no might. He can't strike. I mean, yeah, he's got an Elven Blade, but you never know. And he rolled a 1 on the tie because we both rolled a 6. And I won it because suddenly I'm fight 9. 3 attacks. Yeah. I failed to mention that I had a few other guys involved in that fight as well, so he was trapped. But, hey ho, I still won the fight. He also helped me with the Balrog. Chucked him in the Balrog before. He's suddenly fight 10 with the strength of the Balrog and the same amount of attacks, 4 attacks. So, I think he's awesome. I think he's really good. I always bring him because I like having a bit of magic. I do. It always scares people. People think about things. They don't like being too close to magic casters with their heroes because you can really mess them up if you want. You can use the combo of throwing smoke bombs at their hero so that you're using points of will to stop being transfixed. as well as chucking a horrible spell in their direction. Like, even if you do one, like, black dart using 3 will and get it off, likelihood is they're probably going to chuck 2 of their fate at it, their will at it, and then you throw a smoke bomb with, you know, Dal Amar. They've got no will. Next turn, you can do whatever you want with them. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on Corsairs of Umbar. That's how I play them anyway. So you minimum, I minimum bring 10 reavers, Delgamar and Dal Amar, the 2 big guys, the Knight of Umbar, and at least 1 bosun, if not 2, and then fill the rest with a mix of sword and board Corsairs and spear and board Corsairs. Yeah, you can't go wrong. They're such a great army. I mean, you do need to know kind of what you're doing, because they can get minced, especially if you're going to get shot at. But yeah, I love them. I really, really rate them. So please let me know what you think of Corsairs of Umbar. Let me know what you think of the video, and if there's any other factions you want me to cover, any other games, please do let me know. I love reading your comments. Other than that, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.